Hello humans, and welcome to another episode of Gen X Gamer. We have a win finally after all this time. I have to say, the last couple of years haven't felt very consumer friendly. Haven't felt like the average gamer out there has had any type of victory. It's always a special interest, right? It's either the gaming companies, the gaming publishers, the influencers, the sweet baby inks, the charity scammers, whatever. But there hasn't been a lot for the players, and this is one we can chalk up. But let me break it down. First, let me tell you why I was so invested in this story and what was happening. My son plays on PC. Right, my son plays on PC, and this is one of the games that we've been playing after so many years. My son is a man. He has his own family now, right? And he's not a person that's involved with social media at all. My son doesn't like social media. But the one thing we share is love of video games. So he didn't know any of this was going on. He doesn't even like talking about this kind of crap. To him it's like irrelevant, whatever. But for me, this game was special because I was having fun once again after a very long time. Right? After a very long time, I found a game that I was excited to play. Right? Just like the old Call of Duty days, right? Just like the old Halo days. Just like the old Counter-Strike days when I used to play these games with my son, right? And after all these years, right, we're playing again. It's an activity that we were doing together again. We were having fun. Not only that, I was having fun alone online, chatting with other players of different countries. I mean, I played with people from all over the world, from France, from Spain, from Mexico, from Portugal, you name it. You get online with these servers and you have a lot of great conversations. I was talking to a fellow from Australia. He was asking me questions about LA and if it's as bad as it seems on the news. And unfortunately, I had to tell him yes, and some parts are even worse than probably what you see. So it's a game that's been connecting people from all over the world, and in a fun way because you're cooperating for a common goal. Not only that, it's a good game. It's a very good game. And it was made by a company that was listening to the gamers. Something that doesn't usually happen. A way that we're done with all the prohibitive microtransactions like Call of Duty has, which in my view has ruined the game. It really has. They were listening to players. The storyline is interesting, right? The satire is great. And for me, once again, I was playing with my son, which is probably the best part of this game for me, reconnecting with my son, being so far away, and being able to have, every Sunday night or every weekend, usually we play on Saturdays or Sundays. I couldn't this Saturday because, Cinco de Mayo, we were watching the fight, and that was pretty cool. I hope everybody had a great Cinco de Mayo, by the way. So this story was important to me. Now let's break down what went down with Sony. Sony didn't do this willingly. It took all the pressure from all of us, from all our tweets, videos, postings, refunds, negative reviews. Sony saw it coming. And they didn't want to kill their golden goose. If you guys remember, about a couple of years ago, I want to say 2, I can't remember off the top of my head, Sony made an announcement that they were making big investments, about 43% of their budget, I believe, or 30% of their budget, somewhere around there, was going to be dedicated to make online multiplayer games that could be monetized. That's what they were going to spend their money on. And they didn't expect this game right off the bat to be the one. And really has been the one. This is a game everybody's playing and everybody loves. And in just one day, they screwed it up, right? They screwed it up. And when they were first told, they weren't quick to come to the table and say, hey, no, we made a mistake. No. Because the reason is this is all about money. Remember, these companies are here to make money. The fact that we enjoy Helldivers 2 as much as we do is just a mere byproduct of their investments, which is great for us but it's not the driving force behind the investment. It's not the driving force behind their funding of the game. Now, the creators, Arrowhead Studios, that's a different entity altogether. But they're bound to whatever Sony says because they forked up the money, give them about $8 million or whatever it is that they gave them to make the game. And that's how this game got made. And that's why they have so much influence. And why did Sony want to do this with the signing up for the account? Because they want your information. It's plain and simple. You are a commodity to be traded in the market. Your information is, your preferences, what you say online, what you do, how many hours you play, all of that is monetizable commodities, everything. That's their goal. When they don't have that, they lose money, but they would have lost more money by people being negative to their ultimate goal, which is to have games online that people play as a service, which Helldivers is. And it's set at a price that's reasonable. Now, this is a game that you purchased. This is what made people so mad. This is not a free download like a lot of games are. They wanted their own Fortnite, but on top of that, they get to charge for it. So people were paying the $39.99 it is to buy this game. And then the deal changes, right? And it reminds you of that old meme from Star Wars. Pray I don't change the deal any further. This is where we have to take action as citizens, guys. I mean, and hopefully you're getting older and you get to see how the world works and how these politicians only enforce the things that they get paid for and they get asked for. And the one thing they don't want to do is look anti-consumer. The one thing they don't want to do is look like they're against the public, the little guy. So changing these terms of service that are predatory towards a consumer really should be the end goal of everybody. But it's just when things like this happen, you get a small victory and then you forget about it, when the real prize should be to change these laws so these video game companies fundamentally change the way they do business. They should sell you a game that's complete. And they, if at all, they should have, whatever it is, a week to fix it, whatever. And if they don't, you should be able to get a refund, not this 2-hour crap. If a company needs to change the game fundamentally, for whatever reason, if they need to change that user agreement, you should be due for a refund, for example. That will motivate them not to change the rules on you. Now, they can put any contract out there that they want. It doesn't mean you have to sign it. Right? Those are all voluntary agreements. Every time you hit accept, it's what you're doing. You can decline, but then you don't get to buy your license. Because remember, you're not even buying a game, you're buying a license. These fundamentals of the video game industry have to change. If they don't, this is going to be a small victory, but in the big picture, we're still going to end up losers. But for now, let's just enjoy the small victory for, a lot of people that couldn't afford to buy a PlayStation just to get just to sign up to get a membership in all these poor countries. It's for the gamers. I hope you guys are having fun out there. I love Helldivers 2. I love the gameplay, and I'm going to keep enjoying it. All right, humans, I'll catch you on the next one. Have a great start of your week. Take care.